Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you could be alongside with both of us today. Today, I've got Jan
Hey,
alongside
Steve.
me.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Jan. So, from what
Oh,
I un-
Steve. Oh,
from what I
Steve.
understand,
I got
so
something disturbing to mention. Disturbing.
okay.
And I didn't mean to intrude upon your introduction just
Oh,
now.
that's all right. That's
Oh,
okay.
okay. I'm sorry. I just want to say this. I just saw something quite disturbing on a well known national news broadcast. Okay. Are you guys sitting or standing that are listening? Guess how much the price of eggs went up? The official percentage 53.53%. 53% eggs went up. Some people don't think much of it. I think a lot of it because we use eggs all the time, and that's
Hmm.
real life. Another shocking number, Steve. Meat, the price of meat, steak, 7% increase. Steak, 7%. Coffee went up 3.1%. These numbers are staggering. Okay, these are higher numbers, they're scary numbers. And that's why Steve definitely has a great show for you guys because we're going to talk about ways that frugal people can save money on their grocery hauls. Hey, listen, I don't know about you, Steve, but I'll take any help that I could get trimming the fat off of groceries, considering the staggering numbers that I just read right off the press from the actual news. Amazing.
Well, eggs is one of my, one of my top things I like to always have on hand because I could be somebody that does not have a lot of food, and if I've got a half a dozen or a dozen eggs in my refrigerator, I'm set because before, I mean, 53%, and that doesn't surprise me because I actually wound up having to switch over to liquid egg the last time I went shopping because I couldn't find regular eggs. And it will yield me about the same as a dozen eggs will, and it costs me $3.70 if I remember right. But eggs is something I like to have on hand because it is one of my favorite foods. It's always been the cheapest form or source of protein that, somebody could get. And you can do so much with them. It's not just, you don't always have to have over medium egg. You can do scrambled omelet, I don't know, eggs Benedict if you wanted to go that far. There's so many different ways you could prepare an egg. But I myself, I've got a few tips here to how to go about saving some money when you're in the grocery store trying to go grocery shopping. And one of the first things you definitely want to do before you ever leave your house or wherever you live, please make sure you eat something. Make sure
Ooh, good
you've
one.
got some type of food of some type on your stomach. I'll tell you why. If you have the mindset, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm only going to spend $50. I'm here to break the news to you. That's not going to happen. If you go without food on your stomach, you're going to wind up spending triple.
Wow.
And that is, well, it could happen. No,
Oh my God.
because you're in there. Oh, and oh, that rotisserie chicken. Oh, that smells so good. I'll take three of those. I'll take four of these. I'll take two of those. It all adds up. So always make sure that you eat before you go shopping. Number two, always take inventory of what is in your pantry, in your cupboard, in your refrigerator. Make
Oh, I'm
sure
so glad you're touching this subject, Steve. Nobody talks about that. Go ahead. So, what you're saying is what? Double check everything before you leave?
double check everything, cupboard, pantry, refrigerator. That way you're not going out and buying doubles or triplets or quadruplets of something you may already have.
That's right.
You know, you're better off using what you have there first before you consider going back and purchasing more. That's number two. Number three, these days it's on your cell phone a lot of the time. Go and look at your mobile app for whatever grocery store. that you plan on going to grocery shop at.
Excellent.
Take a look and see what you have on sale. So that's something to go by. Now, my next one, number 4, kind of works along with the weekly ad. If you use coupons, consider that. This is a really good one. If you find something in the weekly ad that's on sale and you wind up having a coupon for it, not only can you get the sale price, you'll get the coupon price off of it too. So you're
Wow.
getting double savings.
Wow. I love that.
But that doesn't always happen, but the chances of it occurring could happen.
Right.
So do consider using coupons. That would be my fourth tip. My fifth tip does work. Um, if you consider going to the grocery store usually in the earlier hours, any meats or anything, chicken, pork, beef, whatever the case may be at the meat counter, anything that is about to expire, instead of them discarding it, they're going to lower the price on it. So consider, you could save a couple, maybe $3 on, a pack of pork chops. I had that happen to me the other day. I was shopping. The pork chops, I think, was like close to $6 and it was marked down to like 3.86.
Nice. What a deal there.
Right, and it was boneless pork chop. You could have, cooked it up very thin. You could have made a pork sandwich out of it if you wanted to. Um, so always consider, you know, looking at the meat counter, go early if you can when the deals are there. Um, let's see. I do have a sixth one. A sixth tip would be um, go early.
Yeah.
Go early. Go shopping early if at all possible. Don't go at peak hours when everybody else is there, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon when they get off work, where they stop in and pick up whatever they need to prepare that night's dinner. I myself, I like to go shopping between 8 and 9:30 in the morning, if at all possible. That makes it easy for me to get in there, get what I need. I I hate being around a bunch of large people, a large crowd. I'm not good with a large crowd.
It's funny you
Some
bring that up, Steve. That's interesting with the crowds, and it could be annoying. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
It is, and that's one of the reasons why I like to go when there's lesser people. And if I'm going to go and buy something down a certain aisle, if there's too many people there, 5 or 6 people, I'll bypass the aisle, go further down, continue what I have to do. And when I come back around, I'll hit that aisle just before I finish. 1 or 2 people grab what I need, and I check out and I'm done. So, that's just a few ideas that I use all the time or a majority of the time whenever I go grocery shopping. And it does work.
And it works. You know what,
Yeah.
Steve? I ran a Google search last week, and it's part of a show that I have upcoming in the not so distant future in reference to grocery shopping. Guess what time of the day is the absolutely worst time to go grocery shopping? Guess what period of time during the day? Would you like to take a guess, or do you want me to just say it?
Um, well, based on what I just mentioned, I would have to say the worst time to go shopping, I would think would be probably between 12 and 3 o'clock.
Bingo. Bing, 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 bing,
Really?
bing, bing. Yeah. It's like
Okay.
literally like from about 11:30 to like about like 3:30ish. Like it's like the lunch crowd, because got a lot of people that maybe they step away from their office and that's their only chance to do some grocery shopping, and then they pack the stuff in their car and bring it home later. Or you
Yeah.
have people like when their kids are in school, they figure they have a minute to shop, without any distraction of, dealing with the kids and all that. I get that. Another horrible time, weekends, Saturdays. I mean, like Saturday, forget it. No, yeah. but
Um,
yeah, but the crux of
yeah.
the day during the week is not good at that time. Yeah.
Well, I've got another little secret here too. I don't know if this would be considered another tip or not. Saturday, you're not completely wrong. Saturday I've learned um the earlier the better for me on a Saturday. Sunday is the day that I'm not really a big fan of going shopping because you've also got your church crowd.
Yeah,
Uh, you've got a different audience. Pretty much everybody tends to go shopping on a Sunday because Monday's the following day.
yeah.
So,
And I mentioned that on my show because I had an experience. Funny we're bringing up about Sunday, Steve, not to intrude or anything, but I went one day on a Sunday. It was 5 o'clock. Was in the summer, and I'm thinking nobody's going to be here. I have the whole place to myself. They're all at the beach. They're on a picnic or whatever it is they're doing. They're anywhere but at the grocery store. Boy, was I wrong. It was a nightmare. I made a personal vow that I will never attend that particular grocery store, probably any grocery store, at 5 o'clock in the summer on a Sunday.
no,
I really
no.
thought I would have the place to myself. I was wrong. Uh,
No, I've done grocery shopping 4:30, 5:30. Let's just say been there, done that. I won't be doing that again.
yeah,
So,
not a fan. Not a
if
fan.
I can help it, I will wait and go shopping Monday instead of Sunday.
Right. Big difference. Monday morning early. That's what I used to do at
Right.
another juncture when my schedule was different. Seven
Yeah,
o'clock, I practically opened up the store. Had the whole place to myself. It was an amazing experience. I love it that way. I could concentrate better.
right. It was way, way, way different. Now, um, there is a Publix. It's not near me. It's actually um in Fleming Island, and it's not the main Publix. There's another Publix a little bit slightly off the beaten path. It's a little bit smaller Publix, but if I ever go over to Fleming Island to shop, I go to that Publix for the simple fact it's smaller, you've got less people in there, but you still, even though it's a smaller Publix, you still have the same stuff as you do in the bigger one. You
Right.
have the same. Um, like I said, I'm not big around a large crowd of people. So me going when I go shopping works out tremendously for me in the morning because I can get in there, do what I have to do, get out. I don't have to wait through lines and lines and lines, which I hate. You know, I don't want to go shopping and tire myself out. That's one last thing I hate to do.
No, with
I
the
just,
higher prices these days, the last thing that we need is extra frustration. Steve, I just want to poke in another tip, one more tip on my end,
okay,
if you don't mind. You know,
yeah,
if you're a family of one or two, don't think you cannot go to the meat section and buy a family pack of beef or chicken or pork. If they're running a special on family packs of chicken or beef or pork, whatever it is that you love,
grab
don't
it.
blow that opportunity because you hit the jackpot. You just cut up the just
Yeah.
individualize, right? Individualize those packages, make smaller sections of meat and freeze them.
Most people don't realize that a bachelor or whoever buying a family pack of meat, what you're doing is you're actually saving yourself money
Yeah,
buying family pack because you're getting more than one, you're getting it at a discounted price. So you're putting money back in your hand. No, no, no. I'm 100% full believer in that. Yes, if you see a family pack, you could be a single person or it could be you and one other person, grab it because
yes,
that's going to help save you some money down the road. Because if you've got a small freezer, you can take whatever's left and freeze it, you know, so you're good. No, no, no. Consider the family pack. Just because it's one or two people doesn't mean you can't buy that. It doesn't say on the package for families only. No, anybody can get it,
right.
you know. No, no, no. Grab get the family pack. I've been
By the
known to
way,
do.
even beans went up. I had to throw that in. I forgot the percentage, but it was on the screen. Even beans went up. Not even canned beans, just like dried beans. Even that went up. This is really a wake up call. In case we were kind of lazy about stockpiling, let's continue to buy today's prices before they hit another tomorrow price because those numbers were really staggering.
Yeah, and I one of the dried beans that I really like buying, I don't buy them all the time. I haven't bought them in a little while, but um I like to buy lentils, you
Yeah.
know. A bag of lentils, I think the last time I looked was about $1.40 a bag, which that's not bad because a bag of lentils I can usually make mm, maybe two and a half, maybe three meals out of it.
Oh, sure.
So that's pennies on the dollar. And then, like I said, I know a couple ways to make lentils. One of the easiest ways is just put, your favorite tomato sauce in with it, and you're good to
Yum.
go. But um, lentils is inexpensive. I didn't realize that beans went up. Well, it doesn't
Yes.
surprise me that just about everything went up. I mean, that's, you know, doesn't surprise me there. But hopefully, knock on wood, Lord willing, with there but for the grace of God go I, and no, I'm not trying to quote the song, but hopefully hopefully at some point these prices will come down again.
And that's the good news about frugal practices. No matter what happens around us, the more we practice frugality and a frugal lifestyle, we will always stay grounded by following these simple tips and tricks. And I want to thank you, Steve, for reminding us all about these little but big things like you just outlined. That was great.
Yeah, um, and it's a set of tips that I use always. I mean, that's never going to change with me.
Yeah,
So if anybody comes up to me and asks me, what suggestions do you have to go grocery shopping? I'm going to share these same tips like clockwork because I use them. They do work.
they
They are
work.
effective. So, and I'm also a firm believer in why fix something that's not broken.
Right?
So, so yeah, those are, and I've been using those tips for too long to remember. I mean, pretty much ever since I started being able to go grocery shopping for myself and, kind of taught myself you know, the ropes and the ins and outs of it. And so it's been a pretty good while that I've used these tips. I mean,
There you
you know,
go.
so definitely keep it in mind. Well, Janet, I'm glad that you were able to come aboard.
Oh,
And
thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to come on.
yeah, so, guys, keep those tips in mind. Keep in mind of what you heard that's gone up in price. Lord willing, at some point, these prices do need to come down. you know, because one of the things I've also had to do that I'm going to throw in for last measure is I've also had to go back and refigure where I go grocery shopping too.
Yeah.
Um, I may not always be able to go to the same grocery store. I'll have to go where, you know, my budget fits. I really have no other recourse. So, then that's okay because I'm still getting most likely the same quality item, just paying less money for it by buying the store brand rather than buying the name brand. You know, so keep that keep that in the back of your mind. Well, anyway, guys, glad that you could come aboard. Glad that you could be here. I hope you like what you
And
see here.
smash down the like button for Steve.
Yes, yes, please, and much appreciated. Again, be on the lookout for me. Be on the lookout for us, and we'll be back here next time. Bye for now.
Bye bye.